My wife just walked out on me with zero explanation and I'm lost. I'm equal parts broken and absolutely destroyed. My 36M wife 32F of about a year, together for 6, just walked out the door on me. I've noticed for the past few days she's been really distant and not really responding when I said, love you. I asked about this last night and she kinda threw it back at me and said she was stressed with facets of life. She works a ton, like several days on end and burns herself out, but this was different. It came to the point last night that I was asking her what was she thinking, further telling her we are a team and I want us to be able to communicate how we are feeling. She just said she's always been more closed off with her emotions, but I could tell this was different. She just shrugged and went off to bed. I stayed up just feeling bad for myself, never expecting the next day. The next morning I got up and she already had went to work. No morning text, no note or anything explaining last night. I knew something wasn't right. When she finally got home she had a shower and then sat down and said she needed to leave. She said she's felt distant for months and in the past she never had long relationships. I told her this is different, we are married and I'm her partner in life. Then the BIL showed up. I knew she already planned this so I told her to just pack her things and left the situation. She said we'd talk again but left it at that. I asked her if she'd be willing to see a couples counselor or anything to make this work. She said no but she's not sure. The worst part is she said I love her too much basically and she feels she cannot reciprocate it back. Fug, I'm broken over here. I want to try and I want to keep the love of my life. I feel she's just over it. Random added context/thoughts. She told me she's been seeing a therapist about why she's been so unhappy, hence why I offered couples counseling. She left the house and her wedding band and engagement rings were already off. She loves those rings. I mentioned it and she said, what did I expect her to do? We were planning our second honeymoon, like several weeks and several $1,000s. Everyone is blindsided by this that I've talked to. Update. We have talked a couple times now. Each time I'm trying to give her time to speak to me but it still doesn't make any sense. We cry, she says she still cares but can't be with me, I fall eternally deeper in despair. She said even before the wedding she felt like things were off and instead of talking to me, she just put it aside and figured things would get better on their own. I'm still asking what did I do and get the, you were nothing but amazing and it wasn't my fault. Then she hit me yesterday with the, when are we selling the house, talk. She says she cannot move back in, I offered to just sleep in the basement, and needs to find a place ASAP. Am I insane to think this is going way too fast? It's barely been over a week and I've had no time to grieve, to heal, to learn how to do this on my own again. I've been even worse since she dropped that news. She also offered to cover my half of the mortgage because I've not been to work since she left me, then today she hits me with the, actually. She has missed no work. Fug, I don't even think she's missing sleep. I was really hoping for something, anything to give me hope for the future but like all I see is a void these days. I always made it our future but without her I don't know what to do. Tomorrow I at least have my first therapist appointment. I hope it helps. The worst is what's the lesson from all this? Don't rely on or love anyone ever again? Please go home tonight, tell your spouse you love them, and give them a hug like you never want to let go. Update 2. Well, it's been almost a month. I'm still absolutely ruined and try and hold back tears but they keep coming out. I just keep hoping this is a dream. This weekend was especially hard. I went to her father's to pick up some stuff and they said they felt bad and knew I didn't do anything to deserve this. I know it's her family but part of me can't help but think, then why won't you fight on my side? It just makes me feel horrible. She did end up talking to realtors and she realizes that selling ASAP would be a bad idea. So I at least have the house until the fall, then we'd sell. I'm not sure what she expects in the meantime though. I have zero motivation to do any renos and it just hurts thinking about selling the house. I'm a real mess. I am going to the gym after work for a few hours each day. It's just I'm only PT and just less than a month before she left she got me to get a shit time of time off work. That hurts a lot, like why do that? The more I think about how she left and the complete lack of real reason for leaving and not wanting to even try, really fucking hurts. Like how do you do that to someone you love and married? I'm going to therapy, only one appointment so far and I think it's a good thing. I'm trying. I still just don't understand and I don't want to keep texting her. But it's so fucking hard. This whole thing is terrible. I wish I was a bad person to her, so then I'd at least understand.